I said, what?
The Bloor Street store is expensive.
Glory hole. Anyway, hey there, Beertubers. Well, we're live now.
That's in the Cole Hand changing room.
I think we were calling Greg the Dan of shoe collecting or whatever.
Yeah, he is. He's he buys stuff that's too expensive and it sucks.
Anyway, so speaking of buying beers that are really what we don't need, what are you guys drinking? I'm drinking a Grolsch.
Yeah, no way to copy me, Nick. I'm drinking a Grolsch as well.
Jeez,
I know it. Now you're copying me. I said first.
I'm drinking a Cowbell Brewing Doc Purdue's Boxing Brewing India Pale Ale that my wife was nice enough to buy me at Walmart. Because every time she goes to Walmart, she buys me beer. Isn't that great?
That is great.
And it's quite all right.
And Ashley, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm on the last half of my Sparkle Puff and Juicy Ass Cuvée by Flying Monkeys. So after this, I'm not going to Cuvée anymore. I'm just going to drink the other half of each can.
There you go. Be a healthy person.
Because the Cuvée didn't go as well as I had hoped. It's neither juicy nor an ass, and it's not sparkly or puffy. So it's missing on all 4 marks.
It's just puffy ass instead of sparkly juicy.
It's just a prolapse, really. Is what it is.
Juicy prolapse. Flying Monkeys, juicy prolapse.
Cheers.
Imagine if all those flying monkeys in the Wizard of Oz had prolapse anuses in the movie, and they were just flying around like flinging their prolapses at people.
That's really gross.
That'd be a real horror movie then, man.
That would be a real horror movie.
They'd be like landing on midgets and rubbing their prolapsed anus against their backs.
What the fuck did I walk back into?
An alternate version of Wizard of Oz that I just...
Speaking of which, you see what
Wizard of Oz and the wonderful prolapse.
Flying Monkeys changed their logo on their Facebook today.
Oh. Maybe that isn't their tail.
Still wearing a mask.
Still wearing a mask.
We represent the Prolapse Guild, the Prolapse Guild, the Prolapse Guild.
Ding dong, the prolapse dead.
Excuse me.
Ding dong, we're prolapsing. Something coming on your face.
Those shoes cost you $375.
Yep.
You didn't try before you buy?
No, well, I will try them. The store has a return policy. I will try them, but
I just put shoes on at the store and try them before we go out with them. Oh,
you bought these online?
Well, the problem with these is they're sold out everywhere. I was able to snag a pair of my size for retail. People resell this shit for $1,000 a pair. So they're basically like the best marathon shoes in the world. Which I'm not a marathoner, but I figure, hey, every little bit helps this fat guy run a little faster. So why not?
This isn't going to help you, man.
It's going to help me. It's got a carbon fiber plate in it.
No, it's not going to help you at all.
It's a psychological boost for him because there's no practice boost there. Like
there you go. The psychological, that's probably all I need to run fast.
I'm saying is you're a crazy person.
I don't deny that.
Okay.
I just don't know from an aesthetic viewpoint, like that fucking sole on the back, half of that shoe looks stupid.
They're not meant, you don't wear them casually. They're meant for running.
What the fuck?
That is stupid looking as shit.
Hey, you gotta
see something like people who
from our perspective, you tell us all the time, when you go to work, you're in your running shoes. So for me, I'm seeing these shoes. I'm like, you're wearing these too.
Have you guys seen? No, but this is actually last year's model. I'll show you this year's model, which is actually a little more.
And I don't think you're. God damn it.
No, that looks like.
I'll think you're.
It looks like you stepped in a key lime pie, dude.
It does, except this shoe was used to break the 2-hour marathon barrier by the best marathon runner in the world. So it's a good shoe.
That's the shoe? That's the shoe, eh?
That's the shoe that broke the 2-hour barrier.
Hey, Greg.
Mine
Guess how many fucks I give.
Yeah, think of how quickly you'll be able to go across the street to your fucking beer store and get some beer for,
Yeah, I know. It'll be awesome. But no, they're not for running. I don't actually wouldn't use them for casual because frankly they're pretty narrow shoes. You'd probably fall on your ass if you wore them.
Yeah, if I see you at work wearing those things, I'd be like, what a douche.
No, I just wear Ultra Boost at work pretty much for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't have any Cole Hand shoes. Maybe I need to fix that one day and buy some Cole Hand stuff from Ashley. I'm gonna put on my kilt one day and I'll go to the Ashley store and be like, Ashley, fit me for some shoes.
Good Lord. What are you doing? Give us some of your sanity.
I'm doing nothing. I just got inside.
Oh my God, your fucking microphone is stuck up your asshole again.
I can hear you.
Sorry,
buddy.
is this better? Is this better for you?
Yes, it is better.
It is technically better, yeah.
I have like the same headphones Ashley does. I don't know why mine doesn't work.
You need to get an actual mic instead of this bullshit headphone set you're using because
Why?
it's a piece of garbage.
Spend
That's
a
why.
mic just to talk to a bunch of fucking losers on the internet? No thanks.
See,
Yeah.
I'm using the microphone on my fucking webcam. Like,
Speaking of losers, hello there, Malt. I am Radar. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, it's baby you.
Have I met this guy before? I don't think so.
Oh my god.
Fuck
love
radar.
it.
What? Or is it
It's
you?
yours. It's
Oh.
yours.
Look, it's my
what the-
picture. It's not even an avatar. It's me. Look at my face.
You?
It's me.
It's like, I mean, this isn't it.
Hello, everybody. This is the rules.
This is
here.
me. We're going to talk about Todd today. Todd
That's
is
fucked
fucking-
up. Everybody knows this.
is that guy actually Russian or is that just a fake Russian?
No,
accent?
he's right. He's Russian.
Is he straight Russian? Really?
Yeah, he's Russian.
Shit.
Dude, he's hilarious. You gotta watch
He
this shit, man.
used to be like best
What?
friend with Todd.
Eh.
I can't.
I'm sorry, I have to hold the mic to my fucking mouth. This fucking sucks.
Why don't you just here's the solution. You got headphones in, so you're not going to get an echo. Why don't you just turn on the fucking internal mic on your fucking laptop and use that? I
do
guarantee
that?
you'd be 100 times better than this bullshit.
How do I
Yeah.
do that?
I don't know. Apple products are supposed to be intuitive. Like,
This isn't an Apple product. This is a fucking Windows on Lenovo bullshit.
are you on a laptop?
Yeah, it's my work laptop. Sometimes I'm on my phone, but most of the time I'm on my laptop when I'm.
Oh.
How do I turn that on?
Well, we have a tech guy over there.
I got my ticket in.
Why don't you work remotely there, Nick, and remote into his laptop?
Sorry,
and figure
Like,
it out.
like literally, he could right click the little speaker icon down this corner, recording devices, switch it to fucking internal mic solution right
He
there.
probably has software preloaded on his laptop that he can.
What's going on? Like Uritz's microphone?
He could,
Yeah,
like,
he's using his headset mic, which is a piece of garbage.
what's the? What the fuck is he?
Having issues over there.
Noise.
I have a blue screen over here, my ass.
Another vessel switching to guns. Out of guns, switching to knives. Out of knives, switching to fists. Out of
It's a
fists,
drop the hell.
out of fists, switching into dialogue.
Whose Facebook notifications are those?
That must be negative.
That's probably me.
What's that beeping sound?
It's a Facebook notification.
What's that fucking sound that makes me want to punch the screen?
Classic. He's on our hangout one time. He couldn't have been more fucking fucked up.
There's so many fucking stupid Chris Peters quotes from that one time he was on BA.
Oh, hold on. He was only on BA once.
He was only on BDU once. And
Really? When
he
was
said
it?
so much dumb shit. It was like 2015 or something. Like, we've been making fun of him ever fucking since.
You guys fucking like to give Chris Peters all the shit, but yeah, like you said, I think that was the funniest episode of BDU he's ever had. It rivaled the episode where the eyeball guy came on and was like, "Hey guys,
Stephen Orr.
Hey.
Oh, it was Stephen Orr where he tried to set up a
Guys.
fucking review with Chad. Hey, Chad,
guys, can you see me?"
I can get
even closer.
some shit.
Okay.
And then, like, you would be completely ignoring the fact that we were talking about something else.
Oh, he said
And
he
then
had a
try to
beer
set up-
trade in the middle of our discussion.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I totally hope the coronavirus killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, probably
vulnerable. So.
Didn't the fucker lose a leg to diabetes and then he just kept drinking?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Because he's related to whatever Bobby Orr, where the fuck, or some dude.
I have to go usher my
He's
children.
he's related to. It's not Bobby Orr, but it's another hockey player named Orr.
Yeah, and so he thought he was top shit. And then, so he's always like, "Oh, do these big beer trades, you guys. I'll send you at like 6-month-old fucking Red Racer."
There was a. No, I'm thinking of Steve. Never mind. All right, I have to go put my kids to bed. I'll be back.
Yeah, that's it. Colton Orr, I think.
Get chloroform, Ashley.
I like the shaken to sleep method.
Ashley's gonna roofie his kids.
Where's the sledgehammer?
Yeah, I think Steve Orr is related to Colton Orr. Colton Orr doesn't play anymore either. Gee, wow.
Doesn't he? I thought really. I thought he still played.
He was an enforcer. It looks like he played.
Oh yeah.
And like that's kind of like a limited thing. You don't really have a lot of skill. You're just good at beating up people.
Yeah. You play for like 4 or 5 years and get a bunch of fights, and then you get and then you go into drugs, and then you commit suicide. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. He was put down to the AHL back in 2015, and that was it. Played 10 season games and then retired in 2016.
I wish I knew what the hang-up was. I remember getting really, really annoyed with Stephen Orr and just like berating him for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was kind of stupid.
Really? I'm shocked that Lee would do something like that.
Like I think I was more vicious with him than I was with Redbeard that one time.
Yeah, Lee berating people. Lee's such a nice human. It's just, man.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing about Redbeard is Redbeard, he came off a little bit like a douchebag when he first started. But
when Redbeard came on, yeah, everybody fucking hated him because he would talk over everybody. But then we realized he wasn't a complete asshole.
But he also wasn't. Yeah, that's the thing. He wasn't a complete asshole, and he kind of like, once I don't know if anyone told him, but like I think once people told him, like, dude, just chillax a little bit, he did. And Redbeard's actually a great guy. We all love him.
Hey, I love Redbeard, man.
Even though he's still fucking corrupt you all the fucking.
Speak for yourself. Fuck you.
Well, you were doing fucking like anyone, but nobody likes you, so it's okay.
Listen to fucking Ewart acting all tough right now, though we still have video evidence of him basically just bitching out, "I'm so sorry, man, that I made fun of your dead dad and shit, and like I never do that. Please forgive me, don't kill me."
This because like even deep buried in there somewhere, Ewart still has a string of decency.
I don't like anybody, but I like Lee. I was just about to say that until you fucking said that, you piece of shit.
I really like you as well.
There's a slim sliver of shred of decency in him.
Hey, I'll tell you, here's the problem with Ewart is Ewart wanted to have a bigger penis, so he bought a Toyota, but he bought the wrong fucking Toyota for a bigger penis. It's like
you bought the overcompensation Toyota.
Yeah, you basically bought the Camaro of Toyotas.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
It's useless except for in like very extreme situations.
Yeah.
So the rest of the time it's useless.
Yeah, but how much do you drive on a regular? Fuck, it's a Toyota. It'll last forever anyway. But
I know. That's the idea. Actually, the idea is I'm gonna make money on this car because these things are fucking appreciating right now.
Yeah, they're rare. They're gonna last, and it's gonna catch up in value, right?
I mean,
I'd love to have one of those fucking things. Those things look awesome.
It's a very cool car. It's kind of like the idea of a cheap Rubicon, where it's a fucking cool car, but it's not really meant to be used in those situations. Most people that buy it.
Say cheap Rubicon. I would think the FJ is worth more than Rubicon.
A cheap Rubicon is a pretty fucking cool car too.
Is it yellow?
Yeah, the Rubicon's cool and all, but it's not a fucking FJ.
Is it yellow?
No, they both kind of have the same idea where they're pretty competent off-road. Like an FJ is a very competent off-road vehicle, but are you just taking the kids to school in it?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be toting the groceries around and going to work, but in a fun way.
And hey, listen, I get it. My car's a pretty competent track vehicle, and I've never taken it to a track, so it's like
exactly. You gotta enjoy what you drive. It's a shitty investment. Cars are a terrible investment. Might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
no,
you're not wrong.
cars are not a good investment at all.
Yeah.
You don't buy a car.
Your
You don't buy a
question?
car for its utility. You don't buy it for its value. You're not going to make any money off of a car unless you get the right one, and then that's something you don't even fucking know. Like, who knows? I mean, the FJ could have taken off, and people would be buying them left, right, and center. And the FJ is still cool. It's just they didn't sell a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
even
they were
realize they
expensive.
made them. I thought they still made those cars, but
No,
If
it's
you
not
bought a
2014.
Honda Element, those crummy looking things, Honda Element, their resale value is still fucking high because there's actually a lot of people looking for those now.
see, I strongly suspect that Toyota Supra it's going to be a complete flop now because nobody fucking wants it. And Toyota doesn't even bank on it. They're making a very small quantity. They're only
Yeah.
going to be
It's too
Well, what was the
expensive.
what was the original sale price of an FJ? Like, what was the
I don't know.
I mean, sure, I was talking Nick, but sure, interrupt me.
yeah, whatever. I'm trying to think of like what does it compare to with Toyota's regular lineup? Is it like the
It's-
same
it
price
looks
as like a
like-
Sienna, or is it
It was
or is it the
in
same
the
price as
60s, I believe.
like is it the same price as Sienna or Highlander? Like, where does it slot in the Toyota's normal lineup?
I
Like,
forgot.
how much? Because if it's Sienna, I can see why it wouldn't sell very well.
Well, anyways, well, someone's trying
Or
to
not Sienna. What's the Sienna's the minivan? What's the
Tundra?
Sequoia? That's the one.
Yeah. That's the
Oh,
big
was it-
SUV.
it wasn't as much as Sequoia.
No, I don't think so.
Probably like a Highlander then.
Or
If,
Ford
if that's the case, I would fucking buy the FJ over the Sequoia. Or the
well,
Oh, yeah.
the base was about 33. So that's
Oh,
like
really?
fucking- that's fucking-
What's
really
fully
the
loaded,
base.
like,
You're saying the base value of an FJ was 33,000?
but it's also that's manual and it's like, and dude, this doesn't have a lot of creature comfort. There's no leather. There's no heated seats. There's no.
That's right in the ballpark of like a Highlander then.
Yeah,
Like
cheap.
a low end Highlander, or even a high end Rav.
Nah,
That's
Basically,
why didn't it sell then?
It's all Tacoma and 4Runner guts.
Yeah.
But and they're similar too. It's like you get a base Tacoma for in the 20s, but as soon as you do a few things, next thing you add 4 or 5 grand for
yeah.
the base really isn't their base. The base is not even available type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Regardless,
I would love to have a 4Runner. That would be my dream Toyota right there.
Oh, even the old ones.
That's what I
Isn't
was
there
shopping
4Runners
for
Yeah.
until I saw this.
I still like the new ones.
Are they even that expensive?
How much is the 4Runner now?
I think they still are.
I think those cars were like in the 30s. Like, is that crazy?
A Toyota.ca.
Anyway, what I was going to say about the Supra before Nick interrupted me is right now it's $65,000, totally not worth it. You can buy Camaro's ZL1 or a Corvette for around that price, and if you think the cars are equal, you're crazy. But I guarantee you, in 10 years, these Supras are going to be fucking up in value because people are going to. There's not going to be very many of them. And people are going to be willing to pay a lot.
Like the Camaro ZL1, like you got?
No, I have an SS, which just a gist of it, the SS is 455 horsepower. The ZL1 is 650 horsepower. So
Okay.
that gives you the difference.
Yeah, 4 years. Holy shit.
There you go. So like brand new 4Runner, 48,000.
Okay.
I can't
That's pretty expensive.
Yeah. Well, you can get them used, of course. Like, what's the price of the Super 67?
Yeah,
What about
like,
the Highlander?
you honestly can't justify a Supra for that much because like, the Supra is a great car that costs $50,000.
Like,
It's not-
Sequoia is fucking expensive. Look at how pricey that is.
Yeah, but that's a massive SUV. So
Oh yeah.
Tacoma 37. Yeah. This Sequoia
and
is huge.
it's still fucking cheaper than a Supra.
Yeah, look at the prices here. Look at the price of the fuck. It's nice slow and slow. Look at the price of the Sequoia is basically a SUV version of the Tundra. Like, it's a huge vehicle. But I don't know why you'd want to buy it. Just put a cab on a Tundra.
People who buy that are people like 6 kids.
Holy fuck, can you
6 kids and make 6 figures.
Eh?
Ewer, can you fucking fix your microphone? We can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyways,
How much is the Apple one? See, I'm more of a car guy. I'm looking at that one, and that looks really nice.
I think Nick, you should get a motorcycle.
No.
Nick, you're not 60 years old. You don't need an Avalon. Seriously.
Listen, Nick gets off by how good his gas mileage is. So
Yeah,
When they bring back the Solera, Nick's going to be all over that.
yeah, that would be awesome. Even the coupe.
it was funny back in the day when I had my Mark IV Supra. When I was about to buy the thing, a guy recommended to me because I had it inspected. They were like, "Oh yeah, the car's in pretty good shape, but they're asking a lot of money for an older car. You should get a Solera instead." I'm like, "I'm glad I got the Supra."
I could be a Chris Lezak.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Listen, I don't want to talk shit about somebody's car choices, but I would not have picked that car. His current car is so much better for pretty much the same price.
Tell you what I do want. It's I know Camrys are kind of boring, but they make a 300 horsepower 4-wheel drive version.
And how much is it?
I don't know. Where is it? Models.
I would recommend anyone comes to me and says, "Greg, I want a fun car. I don't want to spend a whole shit ton of money. Buy a fucking WRX. Those cars are awesome. They're fast enough, and they're not that expensive."
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's an all-wheel drive version of the Camry, like of the V6 Camry. But still,
A WRX it's such a fucking fantastic car. The SDIs are great, but the engines are just fucking terrible on them. And I'll tell you, an SDI gets worse gas mileage than my car does. So.
V6 XSC 40,000.
I'm sure it's a fine car, but again, for 10 grand less, get a WRX.
If I were to buy something like that, I'd want job security. I want to know that if I have it for 6 years, I can fucking pay for it.
I mean, a good rule of thumb is if you're going to buy a car, assume that you can pay for it in cash and then finance it anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't buy a car that you're worried you can't afford.
Yeah, I can't afford to pay cash. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, if you can, you can. I mean, I'm not. All I'm saying is that, like my Camaro, I could have bought in cash. I chose not to because I got 5 years 0% financing. But I wouldn't recommend buying a car that you potentially couldn't afford if you lose your job.
Yeah, I like my job right now. I'm doing pretty well right now, and it's actually promising that I might get hired on full time. And if that happens, I might start making some pretty decent money. But even then, I'd want to know that I'd have some job security going forward that I'd like in order before I go buy a new car. Right now, I'm still paying for my new car. I think the biggest thing I'd probably do if I do get hired full time at the job I'm at is I might just move out on my own. Like right now,
That's what you should do.
Yeah. Because then I won't be driving so much if I move in town.
Well, and listen, Nick, I'll tell you one thing right now. Living in your current situation and driving, fucking let's say you go nuts, you buy yourself a fucking FJ or a Cooper, whatever the fuck your dream car is, right? Versus living on your own and continuing to drive your current car, you'll get a lot more pussy living on your own.
I kind of knew this was
I
going
was thinking
for
having my own place would be like I'd get more pussy that way because I probably could have over the winter.
Dude,
If I had my own place to bring a girl home to, I probably would have gotten laid last winter.
dude, you know what having a nice car does? It gets you a lot of stuff. You get a lot of guys that want to check out your car, but women don't care.
Women don't give a shit.
Well,
I mean, some girls do, but some girls they don't really know what the car is unless they're car girls.
Yeah,
like some girls, there is such thing as girls that are in the cars.
Well, no, it's most of the time they're into cars that are expensive. It's like, oh, you have a Rolls Royce or Bugatti or something. I want to suck your dick. But at the end of the day, that's not really the girl you really give a shit about.
No.
Girls aren't into cars until they're in the car. Then they're like, "Ooh, this is nice." Like, because they girls usually drive shit cars and they don't care about cars. And all of a sudden they get in something nice and they think it's cool and it actually helps you out. But they won't care until they get in it.
But
Yeah,
you don't have to be a fucking.
Here's the thing, girl mechanics do exist. Think about that.
1 out of 1,000. I think.
Yeah, and even if they do, who cares? You're not going to date them.
Well, and again, what you had said is not wrong. But you don't need to have a fucking $100,000 car. You can have a fucking Camry with leather seats, and they'll be impressed.
Exactly. Give them something better than what they have.
Yeah. Well,
Listen, I know some pretty hot girls that drive some pretty shit cars. So women are not. I mean, many women are not into cars.
Or Nick, you just get yourself a nice little like MG for like $8,000. That's a fun summer car you store, and then you bring that out in the summer, and chicks love it.
There we go. But the other thing is,
Greg, you gotta look at this.
I don't totally get the joke.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Remember, it was the CDC and BC that came out with that like glory holes are safe.
Oh, yeah.
And put it in your mouth.
Oh my god, that was awful.
That was fucking awful. I'm gonna share it in the chat just because that way people can actually see it longer than the.
That's not enough.
Don't you put it in your mouth?
That's terrible.
Nobody. BC, CDC.
Done talking about cars? Good.
Sorry, it's like, is that like your cartoons? Like
now
pretty much. Yeah.
Now I'm getting fucking ads for Toyota dealers on my fucking Facebook now.
It's your own fault.
Hey Nick, if you really like FJs, join the FJ. There's a couple forums on Facebook and groups that people sell stuff, like sell cars. It's amazing, like how many are out there for sale. Not cheap, but it's really cool.
Yeah, like how cheap is cheap?
Well, I don't know, whatever your budget is. I mean, you can range from 10 to 30, depending on the year and mileage, right?
I mean, right now I'm driving a Corolla I paid 10 for. Wow. The fuck is that? Oh, it's a motorcycle. I thought it was Arnold. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Hey Lee, I saw there's a sport track in your drive. Is that your brother's?
Yeah.
I know you don't give a fuck about cars, so I'll stop there.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it. So.
Hey, here's a question for you, Lee. Have you seen The Wire?
I've never watched an episode. No.
I'm almost done season 3. And I just because people talk about like in the pantheon of like good HBO series, and HBO puts out good series, it's right up there. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's good. I mean, I love Westworld, and Game of Thrones is fun. I don't know. I don't quite get the hype yet. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But.
Yeah. I've always intended to get around to watching it, but I just haven't.
Yeah, it's fun because of how dated it seems. It was like 2003, 2004 when it came out, and starts off with pagers and then burner phones, and it's just like, holy shit, man! It's like a throwback. It's interesting.
At that point, shows like that, they look like 70s cop shows to us.
It really does. It really does. But there's and there's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of season 1. Season 2 is a bit of a lot of season 3s. They start really getting into more of the sort of Sopranos, Game of Thrones, where you have the game within the game type politicking,
Right?
Which is really interesting. And then obviously the outside part, it's like you can't believe it's real in terms of like the fucking shittiest part of society and how it conducts itself and all that stuff. But people say it's pretty true to life. And fuck, man. I've driven through neighborhoods in Detroit, never seen anything quite like that bad in the open. So I don't know if it's just glorified or what, but it's hard to.
Isn't it supposed to be set in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, similar circumstances in that era, right? Of usage and all that other stuff, but I imagine it can be like that, but it's also a TV drama, so.
Which shows up.
The Wire.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I personally think The Wire is an incredibly overrated show.
I'm kind of on that tone right now. I'm struggling because it's so hyped up and I'm enjoying it, but it is very slow.
Well, that's kind of part of it, is that maybe I'd enjoy it more if I watched it the first run, but it's like, it's not a bad show, but just everyone's saying it's the greatest show ever. People are saying it's better than Breaking Bad, and I'm just like, no, it's nowhere near as good as Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that'd be my consensus right now. I mean, there's other shows I've enjoyed more than Breaking Bad, but yeah, compared to Breaking Bad, Breaking Bad's better by far.
Holy shit, you and I agree on something. This is incredible.
I know. But I also think Westworld's the best TV show that's been ever made. So.
Really?
You know what? I watched the first season and I wasn't crazy about it, so I haven't continued on with the show. But I can certainly see how it probably has some interesting potential.
Interesting tits. That's it.
There are some boobs, and I do like boobs.
Hey, Ash.
Yes.
Can I ask a favor of you?
Sure.
Can you let your hair grow and then put it in a ponytail?
Yes.
Oh,
I could probably put it in a ponytail right now.
Dude, it'd be a sweet ponytail.
can you?
I could definitely get a tail of sort.
Wow.
It's pretty gay.
Ashley, can you make it grow up for another 6 months and then make a really slow, sexy video of your wife braiding it for you?
No, not even close.
Please and thank you.
But
I still say you should go for the samurai bun.
Yeah.
Top knot.
Were we talking about that last week? Okay.
Can you put it all forward and do like a Trump hairdo?
No, because there's obviously a picture of that floating around that's propping up on tons of images all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know where. I have no idea where that came from.
What?
That fucking picture of me with my hair pulled forward and I look like a functioning retard.
Oh, the one with the tail, like a sperm?
Yeah. The one that
There's more. I made stickers, so there's a sperm one and there's a non-sperm one.
I think what happened was like someone was like feeling down on themselves, so I made myself look like shit. And then this picture was taken of me and without my knowledge or approval, and now it's being chopped into everything.
Sounds like you're doing it for the greater good.
Yeah.
The greater good.
Probably. Last time I do that, fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
y'all.
I lost my beer somewhere. I gotta go find it.
Fuck your shit. All right. So speaking of which, what's everybody drinking right now?
I'm having another beer my wife bought me. It is a Lost Craft Unify Premium Lager.
Ah, nice.
Now, here's the funny thing about this. One of the girls at my work There's a lot of noise going on in the background. Fuck.
He's
Radar.
Yeah, radar.
Gonna mute Radar.
Huh? What did I do?
You watching TV in the background, buddy?
Oh,
There we go. There we
No,
go.
I just get noisy people in the background.
Yeah, nice and quiet. So a girl at my work who I definitely would like to bang, friends only, so I will not be banging. A really good friend of hers owns this company, and she often will go to release parties and get a bunch of TVs. So that's fun. But otherwise, it's nothing special. It's a lager.
Was that the Lost Craft Crimson?
No, this is the Lost Craft Unify, and it's called Unify in a very odd way.
Okay.
That's their
It's like almost like Kofifi, like Unify.
Yeah, it's a 4.2% lager. Well,
And anyone else?
It's okay. It's nothing special.
I'm drinking another huge on hops, of course.
Jesus, Nick.
It canned on the 29th of June.
It's more like huge on disappointment.
Oh,
24th of June.
I'll say.
I'm joking.
Oh, wow! You should talk. You bought a 4-pack of them.
No, that one.
You didn't get a 4-pack of that one?
No, I didn't.
Ah,
I think you sent me one, didn't you?
I sent you one.
Yeah, I had that one. It was fine. I just it wasn't. Ooze was way better.
What was way better?
Ooze.
Ooze?
Jesus.
That's Radar's background.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
It was this amateur hour. We're trying to run a professional.
I mean, Radar, are there a bunch of guys stalking behind you? Because why don't you go punch him in the face?
What?
Like, what is that? Is that the TV on, or is that people talking behind you?
No, it's just my roommates. They're in the kitchen, just playing their fucking soccer, being
Why
wild.
don't you tell them to shut the fuck up, and if they don't, punch them in the face?
Because there's 8 of them.
Wow.
Oh, you can fucking take them, dude. You seem like a tough fella.
Yeah.
I can actually feel the chunks pouring out of this beer.
Also, wait a minute.
Ash.
Are you saying you live with 8 people?
What?
Well, 6, no 7, but no, they're always.
Ash, didn't I tell you about this one?
I'm confused. Like, do you live in a big place, or are you just really
No,
cramped?
in a house, but there's 7 rooms, and the guy rents it out, and I rent one of those rooms.
Oh, okay. Huh. I knew a lot of people to live in one house. That must be a huge house.
No, it's small enough. It's a mid-sized house, like, bigger than a. Well, I'd say
God.
the same size as like one of those brand new townhouses or whatever.
Well, I mean,
It's not moving. That's gross.
you know what? If you can't fight them and smear some poop on your hands, just rub it on them and go run away.
Give it an
Trust me,
aggressive
it
stare.
works. It scares Nick away every time.
That shit's not moving either, eh?
Hey,
It's
what do they
just-
call it? What do they call it when they're like stirring up yeast when they do that thing? That little thing swirls around. Centrifuge.
When they what?
That little tablet, the little magnetic tablet spins around.
That's a
What is that
stir
thing called?
plate. It's a stir
Yeah,
plate.
yeah. That's what you're doing there.
They use that to for yeast cultures to
Yep.
build up the yeast counts. Which really, as a home brewer, I laugh when people do that. You really don't.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know, that's
It's just distributing. It's just diluting it, really.
No, what it is, it's you typically do a yeast starter about 24 hours before you do a batch, and you use the liquid yeast. Usually, it's just with the liquid yeast you have that you bought from like Y Yeast or White Labs or whatever, but you're doing it to increase the yeast count because
I don't think
because all the homebrewer neck beards, they have to brew stuff at 8-9%. So they have to up the yeast count because the standard packs aren't really meant for big beers and shit like that.
So what was the stir plate do then?
So the stir plate just keeps the it's a magnetic tablet, just like you said, and it keeps the yeast in perpetual motion. I don't know what the science is behind it, to be completely honest.
It's not.
I don't know.
It's not generating more, right?
No.
So it's not, and it's not doing any sort of reaction. It's just sort of moving it around.
I think there is
We lost
something to
somebody.
it whereby stirring it, maybe it increases the temperature of it. I don't know. I've never used a stir plate before, to be completely honest. I've never had to build a yeast starter. I typically only use dry yeast, and all the dry yeast is just meant to be pitched directly from pack right into the wort. So I don't know. It seems like an extra unnecessary step that people like to take photos of and post on Instagram because I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I learned about it early on, and when I was starting to research home brewing, I just an additional step that I just wasn't ready to take early on.
Yeah,
So,
and really, you don't need to. You don't need to. You choose to. A lot of people choose to do that. But if you are a yeast manufacturer and you are selling yeast for the sole purpose of for home brew, you think that you would create a product that is ready to go from pack into wort. You know what I mean? Because that just only makes sense. And that's exactly what they do. But people feel the need, and when I say people, like homebrewers, feel the need to like make a yeast starter to increase the viability of the yeast for whatever reason. Because scientists don't know what they're doing. So
I feel like actually Sexton could cure COVID if we just give him a chance.
So it's kind of. I mean, I'm not saying it's kind of right. It keeps
speak into the mic. Speak into the mic. I can't hear you all that well.
It keeps the yeast in suspension. That's the whole point. So when I was saying dilute it, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't do anything. It just sort of like keeps it around. But I mean, what's the point, honestly?
So
unless you're worrying about it settling.
So what it is, so you take the yeast and you're actually mixing it with a. You're not mixing it with wort, but they generally mix it with some dry malt extract, so that the yeast is actually eating the DME and multiplying. So if your smack pack gives you like 10 billion cells, and you want to get to 30 billion cells or whatever it is, you'd create a starter.
I got you.
Yeah.
And then you pitch it, but see, okay, so the stir plate sort of stirs it, I guess, if you will. Yeah. And then you pitch it, but you're not stirring your fermenters.
No.
Or are you? So
no, you're certainly not. No.
Yeah. So what's the point of stirring it in a starter then?
I honestly don't know. I 100%. I honestly don't know what the purpose is of a stir plate when you're building a yeast culture. I don't know. I'm sure it's a very Googleable answer. I'm sure I can figure it out.
I mean, unless we're talking about like stuff like, okay, well, you have just to ensure that the solids really mix better.
Maybe
make sure that they have an opportunity, because there must be some, when it's like when you have a starter, it must be maybe more concentrate. I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting. Something to look
Why use a stir plate? By using a stir plate, you will be able to grow nearly 100% more yeast cells using the same volume of starter in the same amount of time, basically for the same. Okay, well, what is it about the stir plate thing? It doesn't tell me why.
It's like anything else. You stir it up so it mixes. So instead of it sitting on the bottom or sitting on the top, I guess.
So you could also use a stir plate if you're using really old yeast that you've been hanging on to for years. Stirring starters continuously aerate the wort. Oxygenated wort is essential for yeast propagation. Okay, so that's why. Okay. So by stirring it, it's introducing more oxygen, therefore promoting the yeast propagation. Stirring knocks carbon dioxide, a byproduct of yeast growth, out of suspension. And stirring keeps the yeast in suspension and in constant contact with the nutrients. So there you go.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, Google. So I guess if I had like really old yeast, like years old, then I would use a stir plate, I guess. I don't know. You don't really trust the place where you get your yeast from. You don't trust the dates or whatever. I've often wondered it. I don't know. But really, for Joe Schmo just getting into homebrewing, just like Redbeard's been doing for the last 12 months, he's just gearing up. He would not need a stir plate for anything like that. It's completely pointless and useless. It's an added stress that you don't really need to worry about.
Exactly.
You're that Redbeard. You should buy yourself 2 stir plates.
Two stir plates just to create extra calamity.
What happened to Redbeard? Is he having a gay minor fest or what?
Well, he's out in the middle of nowhere. He's probably running off satellite internet, if I had to guess.
Yeah, he said he was going to try and join, but he never did.
He's probably having sex with minors, but I'll let you spell that word however you want.
Jesus Christ.
Well, he could be having sex with minors right now, but not like MINOR. MINER, maybe if there's some lady miners out there.
Yeah, they're the kind that like to mine for coal, and they have canaries in case their tunnels flood with gas.
And then they come in and they mine your anus.
Jesus, Nick.
So they're space miners.
Space miners.
Space
Although
miners.
isn't Uranus
mine Uranus, and they work the methane mines in Uranus.
Wow.
I forget it. Isn't Uranus a gas giant? Isn't there like no solid?
You say you do something solid Uranus, really?
What?
Scraping the bottom of that barrel there, guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would say
We don't have anybody watching and no comments, so
why don't we have any comments?
nobody's watching.
Is it because Ashley Sexton isn't reading them?
No, we're just not that interesting.
Well, for the nobody who is watching, I'm drinking the rest of my Sparkle Puff. And she is extra chunky. That just looks like beer milk right there.
Who doesn't want some beer milk?
Sounds like a terrible idea, but
Yeah. I'm sure it tastes better than like deer milk though, or something like that.
yeah, deer milk is.
I wonder if it's better than panda milk.
Do you remember that fucking Flying Monkeys beer that they released with pandan leaves? What was it? The Cupcake Killer?
Yeah,
What about it?
Fuck, that was terrible.
I think I had
It
that.
was.
That was really bad. I honestly think that Flying Monkeys, they just produce as many beers as possible just to see what sticks. You know what I mean? Because they've been.
Really?
What's that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. But I mean, usually you just when I say they throw it out to the LCBO. Like,
That's
it's
the
not
problem.
that's the problem. You know.
Yeah. No, I like the idea of experimentation and
100%.
seeing what people are into and what catches on. But doing it on a mass scale is just stupid and really not nice, to be honest. Because if it gets to those shelves, it tells me, okay, you made enough volume that it justifies it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, come on, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah. Because was it last week? I had their new double IPA that's been out for a few months, but I just saw it for the first time.
What's it called?
What's that?
What's it called?
Fuck, I can't remember. You know what? I probably took a photo of it.
Because any doubles, I'm always because I can't even do singles anymore. It just bores the shit out of me.
It's bores the shit out of you, yeah.
It's like I rarely drink, so when I do, it's like, well, let's just make this fun and malty and big and worth my time.
You know what? And to follow up, because I did have that heavy metal or metalhead, whatever, by Nickelbrook, and it was just very lacking for me.
But see, that's the thing with what's a Sparkle Puff there.
Yeah.
Never put it in a glass. I never will do that again. Seriously.
Really, eh?
Oh, you just
I won't because like it's distracting. I'm like it doesn't matter about that.
See, I don't give a shit. I don't care that it's got fucking chunks in it. If it tastes like Ashley Sexton, I'll drink it.
See, I didn't take a photo of that double IPA. I did take a photo of that. What the fuck was it? It was their light lager. The Mutants Are Revolting Crushable IPA, 4.5%. That was shit. That was by Flying Monkeys. So I would avoid that. And the Metalhead, it's Metalhead double IPA. It just, you know what? If you're looking for something malty, I don't think it's there for you, but definitely give it a shot. Like, just to try it, it's like $4. Buy one. But absolutely stay away from the Key Lime Pie IPA from Mill Street on Nitro. It was hands down probably the worst beer I've had this year. It was so fucking bad. It tasted like barf. It was like barf every sip. And then Amy is like, "Oh, it's not that bad." I'm like, "No, it's really fucking bad."
Which one's this?
Hold on. That one.
That piece of shit.
Yeah, it even poured out looking like fucking doo-doo water. I'm like, why?
Hey,
and I can fucking hear
like
you. I can hear you in my head.
Ash, is this Psycho Thrill Seekers?
Which one was that one?
That's a double. That's a double from Flying Monkeys.
Is that the double? Hold on, let me find the photo.
Like how's the
Yes, it must be. Yeah.
Like how's the Key Lime Pie beers? The Muskoka one wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
I'm over that food stuff.
Yeah, right.
I'm done with that shit.
I don't need my beer to taste like a fucking dessert or a meal.
That was cute, but now everybody's like, it's just there's too much of it.
No, it's way too much. Maybe in like a few years, maybe breweries will just go back to traditional styles.
A few years, I think they're already doing it, dude.
I think they're already heading that direction.
Exactly.
Can we just go back to a
Pilsners.
Can we just go back to a standard ale, please? Thank you.
I'm trying to find the name of the. There's a local brewery that made a beer that was like one of the best pastry beers that I ever had.
Fucking pastry beer. I just want a Sexton stout.
Shit, what was it called?
Do it, Sexton.
Oh God. They made the same brewery that made a bubble beer, like Atlantic bubble beer called Potato PEI Potato Wit Beer.
Fuck off.
A potato beer? Come on.
I know, right?
That's the
New Brunswick
stupidest
bubble.
thing ever.
Oh, they made a cider called New Brunswick Bubble. Nice.
Fuck, Ash is gonna call me a fucking fucking potato.
You are a potato.
Yeah.
Fucking potato Pollock.
It was a pastry start that tasted like a jelly donut.
Nick, that was a racist term. Can you please yell at Ashley Sexton, please?
What's
I'm sorry,
that?
what?
That was
You tell them what you're talking about.
You're cutting out, Greg. What are you saying?
I said Ashley Sexton is
What?
racist against me.
Huh?
What? I didn't say Pollock. What the hell are you talking about, Greg?
Who installed your internet? Fucking Polacks?
Fucking potato internet.
Potato, I mean, and racist against Irish people.
This is completely, I am supposed to have white privilege. You're not supposed to be racist against me.
Easy there, Ken.
Yeah,
I'm part Irish. I can talk about potatoes all I want. Jesus.
Yeah, I need a fucking Karen girl.
Irish. You're one of those white races even the white races don't like.
Yeah. Hey, guys, you want to see my ghost costume?
No, not really.
It's going overboard.
I don't think so.
You guys are giving Ghost a bad name. Come on.
Yeah, Ghosts already had a bad name. Sorry.
I don't think ghosts are that. I don't think ghosts are that bad. They're just the spirits of dead people.
I'm trying to find not that kind of dead people.
Nick, doesn't busting make you feel good?
The only dead people they have responsibility for are the ones hung up in a tree. So fuck off.
Jesus fuck.
Oh,
All right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What the?
oh.
I think it's high time to take this thing offline.
You're taking yourself off.
Peter's killed.